Well, between deep-fried chips and buttery mash, is there anything better? Potatoes
Apparently,
get a bad rap as being high in carbs and calories. But experts say that the humble veggie can provide big benefits to your overall health.
So when it all boils down, what are the best varieties of spud? What does a perfect portion look like? And how can we prepare them to get the most nutrients out of them?
To tell us more is dietitian and nutritionist Gemma O'Hanlon. Hi, Gemma.
Hey, Gemma.
So give us the good news. Why are potatoes a great option? I thought they were like high carbs, stay away.
Well, they're the unsung superhero, actually, in the vegetable category. And so potatoes, believe it or not, have lower carbs and calories than rice, pasta and bread. They're actually brimming with vitamins like vitamin B, vitamin C, folate, potassium, and they have this really cool fibre in them called resistant starch that actually develops when you cook and cool them, and then it really does boost your gut health, and it can actually strengthen our immunity and even reduce inflammation.
It's frightening how excited you are about potatoes. It's frightening. Now, we're often told, I went down this path, have done for many years, that sweet potato is better for you than normal potato. No?
Not necessarily. And it's a bit like choosing your favourite child. You know, we should be eating both sweet potatoes and potatoes. Variety is really key.
You choose your sweet child, don't you?
And, you know, I think potatoes get a bad rap, but sweet potatoes, it also depends on how you cook them. For example, if you bake a sweet potato, it has a higher GI than a regular steamed potato. So I think we can get caught up in all the numbers and stats, and what we need to do is actually just eat more vegetables in general and fuel our bodies with all the goodness.
So you're not talking about because we bake them, we've slathered them in oil and that's why they have the higher GI. It's nothing to do with the oil or anything, it's just purely in the way it's cooked?
It's a little bit of both. So it's the way it's cooked, but yes, the way, you know, so in terms of cooking, the healthiest way of cooking a potato is to steam it or microwave it, and that will reduce the nutrient losses. Boiling potatoes, you'll lose a lot of that vitamin C in the water. But I mean, again, cooking with healthy oils, you're going to get a beautiful result. And, you know, there's nothing more that I love than, you know, slicing up potatoes, drizzling them with some extra virgin olive oil, maybe throwing some rosemary, it's fresh from the garden in there, in the oven, baked, and in half an hour you've got beautiful home-baked chips. I mean, what more could you want?
But you know, when you do that, you tend to eat 30 instead of 6. So now you're going to talk to us about portion control, aren't you? Because once you do that whole oven thing and they're smelling all nice, it's hard just to stop. That's
right. So I think, like any food, we need to focus on our portions, and I would say with potatoes, a quarter of your plate is what you can actually serve as a potato, and particularly active adults and men who have high energy needs can have more. And what we know about potatoes, when we eat them more in their unprocessed form, they fill us up. They have a real, you know, they fill us up and we feel fuller for longer. So I think then focus on a half of your plate being all those beautiful coloured vegetables and a quarter being your lean protein.
Just quickly, what about the Spud Lights, the ones which are meant to be 25% less carbs?
Yeah, look, I think they're an option. They do cost a little bit more, but I think, again, we don't need to worry about carbs in potatoes. They're actually quite low in carbs when we eat them in their whole form. It's when we eat the hot chips and the crisps that we get into trouble because we tend to overeat them.
They're different,
and
are
they're high in salt. They're extremely different.
I thought that was part of this conversation.
No.
And let alone a loaded baked potato, you know, with the sour cream and the cheese.
Well, I think I would go for, if you're at the pub, go for a jacket potato as opposed to your fries, and maybe steal a sneaky fry from your mate's plate, but stick to a jacket potato because that's going to fill you up and be much healthier.
I always think I'm going to do that till the waitress comes over and says, "Would you like fries with that schnitty?" I'm like, okay. Lovely to talk to you.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Gemma.
We're back after this.